Essiva, this is LaserBolt, and welcome to today's video, guys. Today's video is going to be covering the Eye of the Storm and what is the best build to run if you are a Devastator. There's going to be for co-op, and it's also going to be for playing it solo. I'm going to go over which guns I recommend if you're having problems with certain stuff, and I'm also going to recommend different strategies for the Devastator. So if this all sounds like something you're definitely interested in, a like would be greatly appreciated. And let's talk about this Eye of the Storm build that will have you completing it very easily. Now, let's talk about the Eye of the Storm. If you're playing solo, it's going to be pretty much the same thing. We're only going to be changing one thing compared to playing solo, and we'll change one thing when you're playing as a player. So let's take a look at the skills you will be using for this particular build. We're going to be using Earthquake. We're also going to be using Golem. And we also are going to be using Gravity Leap. These are the main three skills or abilities we're going to be using. The beautiful thing about here is the cooldown reduction we get with Earthquake. This is going to allow us to kill enemies really fast, especially the sword guys, which are really annoying, and also get through the pillar stages, which, as you guys know, are pretty annoying as well. Next time, guys, we're going to run Golem. Golem is going to be very effective because it's going to give us a lot of survivability whenever we're like in a tough situation. It's going to get us rid of that situation, and in addition to that, it's going to help us boost our anomaly power for 10 seconds, so it's going to give us a nice amount of damage, which I'll explain a little bit once we get into the class skill tree. And then Gravity Leap. Gravity Leap is kind of your bread and butter. The reason why this is your bread and butter is because this one is particular is going to help you not only for survivability, whenever you're having that time that you feel like you're about to die, Gravity Leap and get your health back, and also it helps you kind of escape little situations here and there whenever you're playing the Eye of the Storm. With this particular build, guys, you're going to be able to complete it in less than 8 minutes. 10 minutes max if you guys know the rotation or you've done it before. Let's take a look at the class skill tree real quick. So as you guys know here, guys, we're picking up an anomaly. We're also going to be picking up Endless Tremor, which is going to reduce the cooldown, of course, of our Earthquake, which is extremely important. Once again, anomaly here. We're dropping down here using the protection skill, increase anomaly power by 45%. Once again, this is when we use our Golem. I'll explain the combo of how you want to use this and why I feel it's so effective, and the mods you want to use for this particular build. We're also picking up this one here, which is going to reduce the cooldown of the Golem effect, so that will just allow us to have that Golem effect very fast and very easily. Then we're going to be picking up Strong Arms. This is really important, guys. You got to understand how this works. Basically, the way this works is that after you use your melee skills, so after you use your melee, you're going to increase resistant piercing by 15%. Now, what makes this extremely important is that you read this correctly, because it says for each hit enemy for 10 seconds. That is the key to actually making this work. It is extremely important that you guys hit as many people as you possibly can. Don't just melee one person. Try to melee a group. This is going to increase it by, if there's 5 people there, that's going to be a boost of 15 times 5. If there's 6 people, so if there's 10 of them, that's going to be a huge boost for you guys. So think about that. Next up, guys, we're picking up another, reducing the cooldown for our Gravity Leap. We're picking up more anomaly. We're picking up a reduction to our Earthquake, more anomaly. We're picking this one, double the damage of the class melee skill. This is really important because since we're going to be spamming this a lot with this, it's going to pair in perfectly. Theoretically, you don't have to pick this one if you don't want that extra melee damage. So you could probably pick up a resistant piercing. It's going to help you, do those higher enemies. So you don't have to pick this one. You could go with resistant piercing. I actually like it because I do spam melee quite a lot. Next up, guys, we're going to go with Executor, increase your damage by 20%. We're going to go with Anomaly Reservoir, increase your anomaly power. We're going to be picking up Bloodbath, which is going to afflict the enemies by bleed 30% more damage. And we're picking up this one, Blood Donation, which is going to heal you 25% of the health, 25% of your bleed damage. This is where we're getting most of our health back, guys. Trust me, whenever you're about to die, hit that Earthquake, hit that Gravity Leap, you'll get your health back in no time. Then, guys, we got Increase Your Skill Leech. We have Protected by Anomaly. It's going to increase your armor bonus by 40% for your anomaly power. Then we got Skill Sentry. Increase your armor by 20% and your resistance by 20% for 10 seconds when your skill ends. Basically, since our skills are going to be going over and over and over, this pretty much stays active the majority of the time. Then we're putting up this one. Bleed affected on enemy deals 30% more damage. Really important, guys. And last but not least, increase seismic skill base damage by 50%. This is going to make our Earthquake hit really fast. Let's take a look at our inventory. So for our inventory, guys, this is what we're running right now. We're running, once again, double shotguns. We're running the Death Shield automatic shotgun with Fortress and Moaning Winds. Moaning Winds is our bread and butter. We're able to pick up at least 100 million damage with just Moaning Winds alone. We're also running the anime, which is, once again, it's a replica of this. So basically, Moaning Winds and Fortress will be increased as well. And then we also are running the Bolt Thunder. This is not a requirement. You could probably pick up a better version. Basically, the only reason you want this weapon is for Moaning Winds. So if you could pick up any weapon that instead of String of Gods will give you a vulnerability, something that applies bleed. I prefer vulnerability because there's no other way I'm able to apply vulnerable. So if I could get a sidearm that drops with vulnerable here and apply that Moaning Winds perk, that is what I would definitely be picking up if I had a choice to actually pick one up like that. I haven't been able to get one to drop. Can you believe that? After all those clears, man, not even one. All right, so next up, guys, we are going to be running the armor set. This is what we have for the armor set. So for the armor set, guys, we have the Seismic Commander helmet. Now, this is the way a lot of people run it, and I'm going to explain why you probably wouldn't want to run it this way. So if you're playing co-op, I wouldn't recommend this particular setup. Not in the sense of the attributes, but in the sense of the mods, and I'll explain one a little bit further. A real quick recap: Anomaly Power, Status Power, Skill, Life Leech. And then we have Anomaly Power, Status Power, Cooldown Reduction. That would be my preferred one. Anomaly Power, Status Power, Cooldown Reduction. Helps with bleed a lot, and since we're getting our health from bleed, we really don't need the Skill Life Leech, but we can't really do nothing because we need 3 pieces to get increased damage towards enemies with bleed. Once again, so Anomaly Power, Status Power, Cooldown Reduction is kind of what you're looking for your attributes. Now let's take a look at the mods. So for the mods on the helmets, I have Despair and Bloodshock. I don't want to recommend this one. A lot of people recommend Despair. The reason I threw it in here, this is pretty good if you're running solo, but if you're playing as a team, even though if I'm playing solo, I still run it this way, which is like this. I run Untamed Power. Now, a lot of people ask me, Laser, why don't you run Despair? I'll have a different video talking about Despair and why I prefer Untamed Power and why it's better than Despair. But if you had to pick, I would definitely tell you run Untamed Power. You're going to be doing a little bit more damage than Despair. But Despair is a very good option. If you have it, try it out and then try Untamed Power and you're going to be seeing the difference. What I do like running here is I do like Bloodshock. This is not a requirement in the sense of you not having the helmet. If you don't have the helmet, you got to put it in a piece. If you have the helmet, it just pretty much comes in the helmet already. You don't have to mod it. Second one is Second Quake. Now, this is a requirement because especially for the Eye of the Storm, you want to have as much quakes as you possibly can. So 3 quakes would be really good. Then we have Earth Legacy. A lot of people kind of don't really pay too much attention to this particular mod, but this is the bread and butter of the Earthquake. It's going to help you clear out a lot of ads really fast and really easily and hit those long distances clears very fast. Next up, guys, we're running Tainted Blood. Increase your damage dealt by the enemies afflicted with bleed by 25%. Really good since we are running kind of like a semi-bleed build. This will help you increase that damage to those enemies. And we do have a mod here, Earthquake Quake, give you 1 extra Earthquake. Level 1 mod, so you guys should have this one regardless. Then we have Ground Crush, which is going to increase your Earthquake damage. And we did add a level 3 mod here with Captain Hunter, which is going to increase your damage to elites by 25%. Really important, especially for Out of the Storm. It's going to help you knock it off the park really fast. Last but not least, guys, we have the double jump gravity leap. This is not a requirement. You could theoretically get away with just 1 gravity leap and probably apply a different mod here. But I do run Bloody Boost here. This is going to boost your damage against enemies afflicted by bleed. The only other mod I would probably recommend here, if you guys want to run a double, instead of double jump, you could do 2 things. You could either go ahead and pop in Despair right there, or you could pop in, where is it at? Pop in Untamed Power, or you could even do Untamed Power and then run this mod right here, which I'll show you guys right now. If you guys are going to go here, this way, you could run, I think this is a level 2 mod. This is Untamed Power. You could run this one right here, which is this one, Power Assimilation. It was going to boost your anomaly power by 11k plus for each elite presence in the battlefield. You could probably run that, Power Assimilation and Untamed Power, and that combo works really well if you don't want to have an extra gravity leap. I like to have 2 gravity leaps, especially for the Eye of the Storm. Just helps me get out of ads or get out of positions very easily and gives me that extra push. But you could run it with that combo and you guys will be perfectly fine. So there you guys have it. That is the Eye of the Storm build for the Devastator. I will have a Trickster Pyromancer, and Technomancer build for you guys. So let me know who should be next in the comments section down below. I'm gonna let the rest of the gameplay play out so you guys can see us completing this Eye of the Storm super easy, super fast. Don't forget, guys, if you want to know exactly how to run the Eye of the Storm, if you have no idea how to get it done, I'll leave a link in the description and in the annotation so you guys see the Eye of the Storm for Dummies, so you should get an idea of how the Eye of the Storm works. If you need help with the Eye of the Storm, stop by our streams. We're probably streaming right now, and ask for help, and we'll try to help you out as much as we can. I hope you guys are enjoying the rest of the content. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay where we're playing the Eye of the Storm. Check out the other 2 videos that are going to pop towards the end, and I will talk to you guys. Yo, Debbie's OP, boys. I like how me and Twister just rolling around the map, brother. We left Prime at the what you call it, at the pillar, brother. That man's over there chilling. GG's. We coming, Prime. We coming. Yeah, that's why I love running Debbie, man. Much more time do you got, Prime? You're almost done. Yeah, I'm gonna get this started. Make it to this pillar, Prime, so we can go ahead and clear out. Come on, big guy. You ain't going nowhere, boy. GG. I think if we get another Devi, I think we like another really OP Devi, we can easily clear this on gold.
My vision is getting worse.
Really, how come it says I have gravity leap and I don't?
About to happen.
Ah! Let me gravity leap!
You don't have time. You need to end this.
Irak! Krato Irak! Ikmatu Mairu Tarkakma!
And there you go. That's how the cookie crumbles, boys. Cheat.
Their leader is dead.
That's what was that? I don't even know what time that was. That shorter than the other time? What was that? I know we had 10 last time, right? What's the song?
But we're still alive.
8 minutes?
I think you stopped it. What
Let's
the
get
hell
it.
was
GG.
that?
Hype on the stream, boys. 8-minute clear right there, boy. My boy Prime went to the rock. He was like over there in the rock. He was like, yo, I ain't coming out, boys.